Kendrick Lamar the new king? Perhaps. Now we're going to talk about this because Kendrick just set some records. He just became the most awarded rapper in Grammy history, surpassing Jay-Z's long-standing record for career Grammy wins. He got 27, if I believe that's the correct.
26.
26, 27.
26.
Okay. Let's watch this video of his acceptance speech and then we'll get into a couple questions.
Yeah. What's up? It's hip hop as usual, man. I'm not good at talking about myself, but I express it through the music. It's an honor to be here. Tyler, the Clips, like these are my brothers to be in this category. What's up, Push, man? Malice, man. Every time I tell you this, hip hop is gonna always be right here. We're gonna be in these suits. We're gonna be looking good. We're gonna be having our folks with us. We're gonna be having the culture with us. So I appreciate y'all. God is the glory. Love y'all.
Nervous. He sounded nervous up there.
He didn't say shit. He didn't say shit.
No, he didn't. But
dang, man, you just going.
I'm just saying.
God be the glory.
Yeah. Yeah, give it honor to God.
All right.
Who's the honor of my life.
Shouts to God.
Yeah.
Peace.
Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jay Moore sitting this one out. All right. So let's go. Let's go to the first question. What does Kendrick Lamar's historic Grammy achievement mean for his legacy, and does he still have anything left to prove in hip hop?
No.
He has nothing to prove?
He has nothing to prove. And quite honestly, to me, it means nothing to his legacy.
Boom.
Because his legacy is about the quality and the consistency of his actual work. And that's something that, you know, I'm happy whenever somebody who I think authentically represents the culture can get on that stage and accept an award. But, you know, does that, the fact that he lost to Macklemore the first time he was supposed to get Rap Album of the Year, does that diminish him in any way? No, it doesn't. The same way in my mind, just because, like, look, if you as a producer or you as a producer won a Grammy, I'd be standing up on a chair clapping. But that wouldn't mean anything about your actual art. Because honestly, the Grammys are just now getting to the point where they're getting it right as far as hip hop is concerned. You know, and then a lot of people, you know, you could say, you know, when Drake made the statement, you know, whatever he said, shut up and give Kendrick a Grammy so he'd be quiet. You know, there are some people who are running with that argument right now. But that would be if GNX wasn't any good, or, you know, depending on even how you feel about GNX, if it wasn't any good compared to what was in his category. So to me, Kendrick doesn't need Grammys to solidify or, you know, exalt his legacy, you know, but I'm happy for him. I'm glad it's him. But, you know, Kendrick never needed any of this in my eyes as a hip hop fan.
Jump in there, B.
I'll agree. This doesn't mean anything for Kendrick's legacy. To me, Kendrick was the king prior to winning this Grammy. You know what I mean? He didn't need it for him to solidify his legacy, as Jay Moore said. But I do not believe that the Grammys got it right this time.
I don't think they did it either.
Yeah, I don't think that this Grammy should have went to Kendrick. You know what I mean? But Kendrick is the most recognizable person on the ballot. So that's who they picked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when we had this conversation before this happened, I think the Clips should have got it. But I think it was a win altogether. I don't think it was a situation that whoever got the award that we knew were going to get it, because there was some albums in there that we knew that's not going to win.
Chromacopia was fire.
Yeah, but I
would have given it to Tyler.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given it to Tyler. Not between those three albums, no.
Or Glorilla.
No,
Hell
absolutely not. It should have went to the Clips, in my personal opinion, but I don't see a problem with it going to Kendrick. I mean, because his album was still good.
Great.
You know what I'm saying?
Very good.
Very good. But the situation, I thought he actually should have been nominated last year. I must have missed some days or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was after the deadline.
Yeah, it was after the deadline. So in my eyes, I'm thinking the Clips are the ones that's going to get it. And I mean, they still went home with a Grammy.
Chains and Whips won.
Yeah. Which featured Kendrick.
Featured Kendrick, yeah.
But I had my whole shit kind of set up to say something that Jay Moore already said. So I'm going to act like he didn't say that and say it anyway. The whole Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody go hand him a Grammy right now. Okay, that's true. But the reason why that's true shouldn't be something that somebody's taking jabs at him about, because he's making a material that compares to why he's being the greatest and why he's being nominated for these awards. I mean, if you think about every album that he's dropped that has been nominated has won something. Every single one except for the first one. And all of them are great bodies of work. And it's because he approaches his album making like he's painting a picture, essentially. It's not just, I'm going to just throw some music out there. I'm really trying to give you some quality work. So him getting a Grammy for it ain't the slight that the Kendrick naysayers thought it was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What if, this is, bizarro.
Mm-hmm.
What if Drake and Iceman gives us an album where he's completely introspective and he lets us in at the level and the quality of Kendrick?
Well, see, I'm not even saying it as a spite to Drake.
I'm not either. I'm just saying,
yeah.
What if he does? Because we've never gotten that for real from him.
If he does and he makes an album that's cohesive and he earns it, that's cool. But like, as far as when we talk about Kendrick's legacy in this rap game, he stood 10 toes down in it. He's never swayed. So when we talk about, is there anything for him to prove at this point? And does this change anything? Absolutely not, because he's been on this same trajectory his whole career. You know what I'm saying?
And yeah, they're completely different artists. Just like Drake dances in all of these different lanes. I can't see Kendrick giving me a EDM album.
Hell no. I hope not.
You know what I mean?
I would be pissed.
It's gonna be trash.
And that's where we say that products are products. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Drake is a product, you know what I mean? Because he dances in all these different areas. We're not gonna get no reggae Afrobeat album from Kendrick unless we do.
What's crazy is I've heard people say that Kendrick is the product.
Well,
no.
I know, that's crazy, right?
This is why we don't care about people.
Yeah. I tell you what, I was surprised by when Luther Vandross won Song of the Year.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
Record is fire.
Shout out to Cher.
Yeah, shout out to that was one of those moments where, like Trevor Noah said, is like, I love live television. No, so I did not have, I had him winning. If you would ask me for predictions, I had him winning, rap album of the year, getting song of the year. That's something that that really surprised me. Like, usually you can kind of pick where these things, and whatever, can't remember what category that Billie Eilish won in, and I was like, really? Those were the two surprises of the night for me. Billie Eilish winning, but at the same time, Billie Eilish is that name that's on the ballot that everybody knows.
Yeah, Beck didn't record any music last year.
Yeah, apparently not.
Clearly.
Michael,
jump in there, Long.
Well, what do you think?
In terms of this?
Yeah.
I don't think he needs anything else. I think that we've always talked about the Grammys and their lack of, we talk about lists, we always the list. I've been the one person that said, if I got one, I'll be happy, right? But at the same time, I can't turn a blind eye to the fact that a lot of the shit that they do is stupid as it relates to some of these categories. I think Lone had a take with some content that he put out. It's more icing on the cake.
That's what I was going to say.
It's like he's already cemented as that guy or one of those guys. We can have that conversation whenever, but this was just a little whipped cream, a little icing.
Yeah, to me, this is a bowl of ice cream, man. This is just some dessert. It's not consequential at all, to me, but I'd also say that it is, if I'm going to be consistent about this, as I try to be as much as possible, I do think the Grammys did get it wrong. So there's that. I'm not as mad to your guys' point, because who was up for it, and it was a lot closer, and I feel like everybody was generally kind of representative of hip hop and where it kind of needs to be in the first place. So it's like, I wouldn't have been mad if Tyler won. I wouldn't have been mad if Jid won. I wouldn't have been mad if Clips won, and I'm not mad if Kendrick won.
But
I would say, GNX is probably my Glorilla. I just ignored her because but GNX is probably, for me, number 4 on the list. So it's to me, it's not even one of my favorite Kendrick projects. So it is what it is. I know people love it and all this, all the things considered, but I was listening to Good Kid, Mad City today. It ain't that. You know what I mean?
Nah,
So
there ain't a lot of albums messing with that though.
yeah, for sure. But I'm
but-
just saying, like, I feel like the Clips' album was closer to that.
But it make you
And-
dance. It's a Kendrick out, but he was still able to talk his shit and make you dance. And
Like I
think
said,
that's what
it was cool. It was cool.
I think it was
You know?
great.
I liked it.
It was cool.
I enjoyed it. I
And
really
then
enjoyed it.
Tyler actually got nominated for 2.
Yeah.
He got nominated in the hip hop category for Chromacopia, and then he got nominated in the alternative category for
The other
Don't Break
project.
the Glass.
Yeah, Don't Break the Glass. Yeah.
Interesting.
which should have been flipped if you ask me.
Huh?
I think
I don't know. As far as
No.
the music itself,
music-
I don't think so.
Nah.
Don't Tap the Glass was alternative?
That's what they put it in.
Alternative
think-
hip hop or
Yeah.
I think
Or
Chromacopia was more of that.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
I thought his newer one was more dancey, more.
Yeah, it was. I would have put that damn near in like the dance
Yeah,
category.
Don't Break the Glass is the one that would be deemed more alternative than Chromacopia to me.
I don't know. I don't know.
And then Chromacopia won.
They probably just put it in there because he complained in the past.
Yeah, Chromacopia won for best album cover of the year, which is a new award.
Oh, I didn't.
So he did take home an award last night.
Good for him.
So the only people in the hip hop category that didn't take home awards was JID or Jid and Glorilla.
Mm.
Everybody else won something.
because
Shit is dope, man.
of course there were
It is
people
dope.
who were, and I get it. Everybody doesn't sit and look at, submission rules. They're like, how does De La Soul not in there or Nas or whoever? I was like, it came out after the submission period. And they said, well, what about Freddie Gibbs? I said, well, Freddie Gibbs was just snubbed.
Yeah, that was the
That
snub
was
of
a
the
snub.
century.
That was a snub. Like, I'm not,
He
of
still
course,
got his Grammy though.
of course it would be
Yeah, he
seen.
got one. He got one from Mutt.
Oh yeah, that's
He
right.
did.
But
Leon,
and I know
yeah.
we
Kudos.
joked about it a little bit about seeming like we was being hard on the ladies, but like, look,
He didn't belong in there.
no, she didn't belong there. Not when Freddie Gibbs was right
Facts.
there.
That's
No.
that's
Yeah,
obvious.
so-
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not the same.
But
Facts.
you mentioned Cher, and I think she probably won something that night. 'Cause she'll pop that thing for a young.
Come on now.
She got one, little young dude.
Yeah.
Apparently, she had been getting lifted with Future in the back. That's why she was out of sorts when she
Yeah.
was on stage.
If
Out
I
of
could
sorts.
turn
She's
back
from a
time-
time. She's from a time where she was doing Quaalude. She probably
That's
done
true.
opium.
That's true.
You taking it back to just old timey
I
days.
mean,
Cher
he not
been
lying,
around
though.
the block.
That's Cher, right? If I could turn
Yeah.
back time.
Yeah. Rocky
Yeah.
Dennis's mama.
Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
so
Yeah.
I gotta follow up and then we can go to the next topic. So here's a question I pose: is Kendrick still in his artistic prime, or has he already peaked?
We don't
Do
know to
artists
the next
ever-
album.
Yeah,
I do think artists peak.
Yeah,
I do.
they do peak.
I
but
think
like
they peak.
Kendrick has been in the game for 15 years.
Right.
Jay-Z has been in the game for 30. Jay-Z has 25 Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick has 27,
Mm-hmm.
26. He could be done right now if he wants to.
He can quit right now. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he has enough time to breathe if he doesn't feel like he's in artistic mode to come out with something new.
But
He has time on his hands right
he does
now.
have time. But what I'm saying is, has he based off everything up into right now, has he reached his apex?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
We're not gonna
You
know
don't
till
think
the
so,
next
Lon?
Yeah,
album.
we have to see.
Go,
it.
jump in there, Long. What you
Yeah.
think?
Big Kendrick fan. I'm a big Kendrick fan.
Yeah.
But if we factor in his last 2 projects,
Mhm.
even the last 3, good Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City,
Yep.
To Pimp a Butterfly,
Mm-hmm.
everything from there, Damn to me is not as good as those previous 2. Even though I like it, it's not as good as those 2. Mr. Morale and Big Steppers is not as good as the previous ones, and to me, GNX is not as good as the previous one. To me,
Mhm.
I see a slope downward. But what I will say at the same time, it doesn't mean that the stuff that he's making is not top tier.
Okay.
You know, but I think it kind of also depends on what he does next, if he does anything next.
So whatever this next move is pivotal.
Maybe to see if he has reached a so-called prime. But I'll also say this: Kendrick doesn't feel like an artist that's going to reach a prime like that and fall off. He doesn't feel like that type of person. He's going to continue to challenge himself. I think he may do something to where maybe it misses a little bit. Maybe like Mr. Morale essentially kind of missed a little bit, or
Yeah.
you know, he may pivot in that potential way, or even GNX to some people like myself. You
Yeah.
know? But I don't think he's going to. As far as when it comes down to his artistic nature, I don't think so.
Jump in, B. What you think?
Lowe's point, man, and we're not gonna know until he drops something.
That's where we at. We got to wait on the next one.
Yeah, like I think that's the way with any project. You know what I mean? And to me, GNX was not a slope off. You know what I mean? To me, it was very much like, damn, you give me To Pimp a Butterfly, which is he gave you Mr. Morale. Like To Pimp a Butterfly and Mr. Morale are equivalent to me.
No.
These are albums. No, I'm not saying they sound alike, but those are albums for him.
Okay,
sure.
You know what I mean? And then
they're personal.
And then I'll give you something for you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
I see where you're going.
Yeah, so I think that's what GNX was. So the next project that we get is going to be something from him, which could very well put him right back up to the level, because I want to hear where his head was at when he was going through the battle with all this, that, and the third with him and Drake.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what you're going to get.
But I also don't feel like he needs to give us anything right away either. Like I understand the question, like, has he reached his prime or not? But like, I honestly don't really care. Like, I feel like, you know, like he's been consistent throughout his entire career of always giving us wherever he is. And that's good enough for me.
Which to me, that's one of the dopest things about him is his consistency and his willingness to, it's like Outkast, like execute risks.
Yeah.
Risk, because a lot of people can't do that. You'll see people fall off a cliff trying to take a risk. He has been.
No, it was something I was going to say. Go ahead. You didn't say nothing wrong.
You usually say it though.
You didn't say nothing wrong.
Okay, all right.
You didn't say nothing wrong.
Terry, jump in there, bro. I'm sorry.
I was going to say it. This is why I said pause. As long as you feed me, that's all I care about.
So the pause should have followed after you said that.
You're right.
Yeah, okay.
My bad.
That's a pre-menopause.
Terry, please get us out of this moment right now.
This is the gift and the curse of being an artist like Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Because he's given us so much good product that I feel like we're gauging it too much.
Mm-hmm. But we're talking about him because he's the person to talk about. This is like such a stupid conversation. Realistic, like, you know, like, I mean, like, and not stupid. I just mean like it's not consequential.
The problem is he's an actual artist. Mm-hmm. So I can't be mad at the actual artist for making art.
Okay.
I don't devalue anything that he's put out up to now. I definitely have some favorite albums, some favorite tracks. He was in a different place when he created Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City, and you know what I'm saying? I like to see an artist push themselves to create different things and different cinematic musical expressions like he's done. There's some that aren't as personal as the other ones, but they still, to me, sound just as good. The only album, like I said, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is a hard album to listen to, especially if you have some personal situations that you might have needed to talk to somebody about. And he's essentially talking to somebody about his transgression and his problem. But I don't think it was a sway away artistically from those earlier albums. It's just a different version of it.
Good point.
Yeah.
So like artistically, I honestly, I don't think that I don't think he's peaked. I kind of feel like I can almost say linear, because everything is unique and is still artistic. It's just a different form.
Sure.
I think it's almost your perspective, because to me, I don't think, in my opinion, it's going to be so hard for him to eclipse To Pimp a Butterfly. That's me. You know, and it's a weird thing to say because I like Good Kid, Mad City better. But I think artistically, like, I don't know if it's going to be hard for almost anybody to top To Pimp a Butterfly, you know. And I think there's something to what you said as far as like, okay, I'm gonna here's one for you, here's one for me, Damn is for you, Mr. Morale is for me, GNX is for you. Like, that's the pattern he's followed. If he does have something on the way, that super personal album, or that's something where he's taking more chances, you know, sonically or lyrically, that's what I'm more excited about. You know, but that's my perspective. So I just think there are people who are going to have their criticisms and laud their praise on something based on their personal perspective.
Yeah.